Hello, everyone, and welcome to a Division One playoff match between University of Michigan and WashU in St. Louis. The winner of this match will go on to play tomorrow against Yale in a quarterfinal match. So here we have a game already started between Let's Go Band and Snar, who is the WashU captain in board 3. Let's Go Band is their second player, Justin Paul, who's a FIDE master, 2492. So I believe Michigan should be the favorite to win this on terms of rating. And Yale, who the winner of this match will play against, has, I believe, beaten both of these teams during the regular season. So Yale should be watching in anticipation of who they will play against tomorrow. I see Ben Lee from Michigan is actually playing. It seems to be a warm-up match. They've been practicing a little bit before the match has started. Let me make sure I'm following all the players because this is the only game right now that I see. So Samakin, Samakin is on time. Teammates maybe not so much. Yeah, we'll watch this game. What's up, Brent? Good to see you. Thank you, Brent. Appreciate that. So two knights both looking at f5. The knight and bishop counteract that. Perhaps we can see f4 to open up this attack. We have f5 from black. Striking at the 4 connected pawn chain that white has here in the center. This knight could take the bishop at any moment. Pawn takes, and then the knight has to find a new home. But probably don't want to do that right now. Black has 2 attackers on this pawn, only 2 defenders from white, and this defender can be removed. So a lot of pressure on e4. How does Samakin relieve this pressure? I should just say Samik. His Discord name is Samik N, because his last name is Narayanan. I think I said that last time we watched the WashU match. But yeah, this is good news for Yale, knowing that they've beaten. Well, actually, no, Yale hasn't played WashU. Sorry, I correct myself from earlier. WashU is in the other group. This is an A team or A group. They're both A teams technically, but where can I see the brackets? Great question. Exclamation point brackets. So most of those have already been updated. Some of them have not been. There was an overtime that was played later. The Reaper, thank you for the follow. We also had a follow from Dex Webb earlier, which is, that's a very big name in this league. So yeah, we'll have to see what Samik does here. Samik's thinking. So they decide to take on f5. This weakens this pawn for sure. Bishop recaptures. Pretty easy response from the FIDE master. Do you like my voice? I appreciate that. That's very nice of you. Okay, so capture on d3. White should really take this back. If you take here, maybe they take here, and the threat is to take here. Okay, knight here. We could take this knight maybe, and this knight takes back. The threat is to take here. So if we take this one, the knight can take back on f4. And then our queen defends our bishop. Samik now under 2 minutes. Still don't see the other matches. Thank you, Reaper. You're too kind, Brent. I appreciate that. Okay. Bishop into e4. So this is a really good bishop, tying together the pawns. Getting out of the way of the knight. Not giving up a bishop for one of these two knights. Maybe the queen enters. Trying to sneak its way in there. We'd have queen e1. The bishop here also just blocks the rook on the e file. So yeah, we do see queen h4. Now I'm expecting queen e1. Queen e1, something like that. Sheena and my opponent aren't here yet. How long do we have to wait until we claim a forfeit win? Until 15 minutes after, so I guess 7 more minutes. You can claim forfeit win for that round. That is really unfortunate though. I told WashU I'd be streaming their match, and their captain gave me the thumbs up, so I assumed that they would be ready. So we do have queen e1, trying to get a queen trade. Queen denies the trade. So essentially, this king is a little bit more exposed than this king because we've pushed g4 in front of our king. So there's a lot of space here in front of our king, making it potentially weaker. Therefore, black does not want to trade down queens, especially with their opponent in time pressure. Samik has only 30 seconds left. And the more time pressure you're in, and the more pieces there are on the board, it's harder to calculate all the different moves. So leaving the queens on is a very smart choice from Justin. Oh, queen to f2, and there's a fork. So Samik in time pressure gets his queen forked. The Botez Gambit. So that's a point. Starting off Michigan. So yeah, WashU says apparently one of their players couldn't make it. Yeah, that's really unfortunate, especially considering the match was rescheduled. So you would assume that everyone could make it, but oh well. So yeah, WashU's gonna be down a player plus potentially 2 more players for a total of 3. That's really unfortunate. There is there is another match that's happening right now. Oberlin is playing. I forgot who their opponent is. Maybe I should stream that one instead. But I did want to watch this one because it was Division 1. And the winner goes on to play Yale in a pretty important match tomorrow. But yeah, I will be streaming tomorrow morning. Starting at, I believe, 11 in the morning Eastern time, with Bangladesh versus Université de France, or Franche Comte. No, I'm thinking of, yeah, is it Franche Comte? Yeah. So 2 international teams playing in, I believe it's Division 5. They decided to play early. But yeah, this is somewhat unfortunate. Waiting for some of the players to show up. Okay. We're gonna stream Oberlin's game. Oberlin versus UT Austin. So let me fix the scoreboard real quick. What are Oberlin's colors? I have to figure this out. Oh, we have another player from WashU showing up. So, I mean, I'll still probably switch over just cuz. Okay, red and yellow. Here, sorry, let me fix the scoreboard. So, this is WashU's top board, so they showed up, so that's good. Playing against Avocado, so they're in time to play their top board. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I'm just trying to set up for the other match. I probably should have had it ready just in case, but Okay. Okay, so looks like El Diablo Tenor got a game, Drop the Seventh got a game. Peter Jordanson got a game, or lost a game. And Entropy Darken won. So that's a 3-1 lead for Oberlin. Here we have El Diablo Tenor against Pegasus Big Bang. Let me update our title as well. I believe, is this D6? I don't even know. Match is definitely interesting. I'm glad you think so. I'm trying to cover a match that is actually being played. I mean, it's unfortunate WashU's just missing everyone, so I don't want to spend an hour watching that, unfortunately. So we just missed the first round for Oberlin. You don't know what's happening. So Collegiate Chess League is teams of 4 from college chess clubs competing against each other. We have 10 divisions. Each division has 16 teams. And right now we're in playoffs. So we just did 8 weeks of regular season. The bottom 4 teams of each division are eliminated, and the remaining 12 play in playoffs. This is the first round of playoffs. I was trying to cover the Division 1 match between University of Michigan and WashU and St. Louis, but WashU is missing players, so I'll be watching this match instead, which is happening at the same time. This is Oberlin versus UT Austin's B team. And the winner of this match will move on to the quarterfinals. They're only missing one. You want me to watch your match, Ben? I mean, I still don't know if one player missing is, which player are they missing? Because I still haven't seen any of your games show up. Maybe it's the player that's missing is who you're playing. They're bored too. I mean, that's gonna be tough. Either way. I mean, I could stick to. I just already changed everything. I could just go back. Oh my god. Their board too is like one of their best players though. What do you mean you already played them? We can watch your game. Papa Pizza will make you happy. Okay. Well, Papa Pizza, let me know. Do you know the score updates? What I miss? So you have two National Masters playing. Top board from Wash U, Nicholas. And then we got Avocado Sheena, who is Sheena Zhang. Bottom board from Michigan. Only 17 seconds for Sheena. 15 seconds now, attacking the knight. Knight goes right to f4. The pawn was covering f4. Now it's not. So this is a really nice square for the knight. Queen was covering this, so there wasn't threat of a fork, but the rook moves anyways. Now the bishop attacks the knight. Knight goes back. This pawn's defended by the knight. Well, it's attacked twice now. This other knight was also defending, but perhaps the knight wants to take this pawn, hitting the rook, hitting the bishop. Less than a minute now for Nicholas. Okay, attacking the bishop. Bishop can go back. Bishop can go here too, pin the knight. So there's no longer knight takes. So queen gets out of the pen. Gets behind the pawn to push. This is checkmate. That's also a threat. How do you defend this? Knight here defends this. Now the knight can take with check. King moves. This pawn's going to be hanging as well. So king can only go to these two. Knight takes threatens this. There's also pawn push. 3 seconds. Oh, there's a fork. There's a fork. 4.9 seconds for Sheena, and they get a huge fork. There goes the queen. Capture here. These pieces are very weak now. Probably pawn takes. Pawn push threatens queen here. Wow. 96 was a huge fork. Okay, rook's coming in. Hits the queen. 8 seconds. Queen's coming here. There's rook check. This is so close. Nicholas dropping the queen with Sheena's last seconds. Now Nicholas trying to find a mate, but it's going to be too hard to find. Queen check, king here. Rook here forces the trade. Oh, this wins the exchange. Knight check. King back. This defends this now. I guess if rook takes, you take the knight. So didn't win the exchange. But yeah, this is game over. Sheena down to the last second, just absolutely forked the king and queen. Huge win. Taking down the top board from Wash U. That's a big upset. So here we got Papa Pizza versus Samik. So I guess he gets a point. Confuses here. Okay, so Justin is now playing confused. It's their round 2 game. So Rui Bei was missing, I guess, so that's a point for Corey. Give a point for... I don't know if Ben beat confused or not. Let me actually check. I don't see it, so I don't know. Maybe he was late. Maybe Papa Pizza's listening. I should change the title again. Alright, so now Nicholas is playing Corey Ives. Board 3. Trade of queens. Going for the fork. Rook here. Knight check anyways. Force the king out. That's got to be somewhat annoying. Okay, knight takes here instead. This knight is covering. That would be checkmate. But okay, pawn push. Again, there's knight check. Oh yeah, knight here was a mate threat as well. I mean, not that bishop takes was mate threat. It was only if the knight wasn't defending. But now the king is up. Bishop here would be mate. This also attacks this pawn, which smothers the rook. So white's having a lot of fun here. All the threats for white. But probably just this should be good. Should be. Dritman cheering on Michigan. Good to see you. Okay, looking for some trades here. Knight takes, bishop takes. Knight also covers this. Actually, knight takes, probably king takes. So they castle. If takes here, I mean the king's escaping. I don't know what this was about. King here, now your bishop's hanging. You take here. If bishop takes, we take here. Okay. So knight takes c4. Now there's bishop takes here. Everything's hanging. He hung e5. He hung c4. He took here. He took here. So Corey is up +1 apparently. So the king steps to a light square. You don't want to allow the bishop to give check to the king. I guess this check, because then you lose the exchange. So yeah, what is happening here? Thinking like h4 maybe. Rook's doubled on the d file. Probably you want to see a rook lift, like rook d3, give check here, win the g-pawn. Knight back to e5. This covers rook d3. Ben beats Samik. So that's a point. Ben, if you're listening, let me know how you played confused. Okay, let's see how Samik lost. Trade here. Bishop pair versus bishop pair. Queen defends. Rook's doubled. Rook here wins the queen. Well, I'm confused though. Actually, isn't? I guess maybe this at the end. So if rook takes, rook takes. I mean, okay, there's too many pens. But well done. I think maybe bishop d8 right now. And I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, let's go Bandits down to their last 15 seconds against the bottom board of WashU. 10 seconds now. The a pawn is being pushed. This h file is looking real juicy. If the queen can get here. Queen over, looking to come this way. Pawn push, queen here. Bishop e3 check. Insert this first. Knight takes. Then queen queen h2. King f2. Rook f. Wait, queen takes. Oh my god. Oh my god. Confused had mate, and then they messed it up. They needed rook f7. They forgot about the queen ia8. Wow. 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 Rook takes. Unreal. King here? No, resignation. Wild stuff. There's rook takes rook next. Wild. So the FIDE master getting let off the hook. Rook f7 for black. They went with rook f8 instead. Huge mistake. Whew. So, Wash U is still looking for their first point. Confused forfeited the first round. As in they showed up late. Okay, so 6-0 then. And yeah, Rebay gave a point to Corey. Avocado Sheena should have a second point. So let's see. Here's Nicholas versus Corey. Let's see. White is up a piece for a pawn. Black is attacking g2. Knight c4. Rook takes. Knight e5 check. You take on c6 now. Yep. Pawn takes. And now you play a4? Or what? I mean, there's going to be like... Rook g3, right? And going after the h-pawn to push the h-pawn. Make a pass h-pawn. Or rook h2 might be better. So maybe white goes rook b7, attack f7. No, they go here. So they're trying to make their own pass pawn. But I think black might be a little bit faster. This bishop, though, super helpful, right? Can always go to d6. So black can take on a2 and defend a6. Now take on c6. You could also take on g7, but... Okay, king's going after the f3 pawn. Taking here. King takes. There's rook c3. Okay, going after the f7 pawn. There's f5. f5 makes sense. Rook c6, attacking e6. King attacking the h3 pawn. There's rook c3 if you want to save it. Probably you want to save it. And just give check. So, no, attacking the rook first. Maybe going after the a6 pawn. Okay, now b4 is hanging. Now rook c3 to rook b3, maybe, is best. So there's a check, saving the h-pawn. Actually, yeah, this rook on a4, like what's the rook doing? Like maybe bishop f8. No, rook c3. Oh, very peculiar. Now you take on h3, no? Oh, he just wants to play king b3. So, okay, a5 is needed. Yeah. Rook c3. King move. And now b5, passer. Nice. Really good technique from Nicholas. The pass b pawn should be enough to win. If rook b4 check, there's rook b3. And, okay, so I think you just continue b6, yeah. Now b7. If rook back, you have rook c8. That's GG. Check. King up. No more checks. No more good checks. Now rook c8. There's a check. Going up. Pushing. Allowing for the queen. With check. King down. You rook c3. Force the rooks off. Pawn push. And this is all. This is all you need. Should be made soon. Like queen h2. Probably. Okay. Queen takes on h4. Yep. Maybe hoping for stalemate, I guess. I don't know. Bishop back. You can take on a5. Check. You can push the h-pawn now. If e2, there's queen takes e2. Yeah, okay. So Nicholas with the nice win. First point for WashU. All right, so we got Sheena versus Samik. Sheena attacking the knight. Knight e4. Nicely placed knight there. Nice outpost square. White has the bishop pair. Perhaps a queen move from white to try to get bishop takes on e4. A minute only for Sheena, although we've seen Sheena can play to the last second. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate that, Kiplianage. Okay, so queen f4. Just pressure on e4. The threads to take, and then both sides will have doubled e-pawns intertwined, interestingly. Michael, player from Arizona State, welcome. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate that. So minute to 3 minutes. Samik is thinking here. You could self-mate. Rook f8. Honestly, rook f8 just feels like a good move, but it's the worst move that you can make. I couldn't tell you a good move from black here, but I can tell you the worst move from black. Okay, so pawn attacks the bishop. We can take here with tempo on the queen. And Sheena does exactly that. And now you take on c5. So you've won a pawn here. And now this bishop on d6 is going to be amazing. Queen perhaps looking at e7. Queen e7 is a really strong move, attacking the bishop on d7, but also threatening rook f8. Okay, so the queen's saying, let's get the ladies off the board. But this trade is really bad for black. Now they have 2 sets of double isolated pawns. Raid? Did you raid me? Okay, so bishop here, attacking the g-pawn. G4 now. So Somic's gotta hope for some sort of draw. Avocado Sheena, 30 seconds. King up. Rook attacks the bishop. We could see rook d8, no? Or is that an immediate draw? You need to leave the rooks on the board. So yeah, Sheena has the 3-on-2 majority on the outside. So gonna start pushing those pawns. King centralizes. 17 seconds. 10 seconds. Rook over to the f file. Not allowing king to f5. So now the rook takes the d file. Bishop closes that. So yeah, white's in control of the only two open files. Rook lift attacking the g pawn. Pawn push, there's en passant, king takes. So this undoubles black's pawns. The threat. What is the threat? They could have instant draw. Yeah, they just take the draw. So Somic gets their first point. It's a half a point, but it's points on the board. Sheena now 2.5 out of 3. So here we got Corey versus Shreya. Got the bishop pair for white. 2 connected passed pawns for black on the outside. We got 1 connected passed pawn for white on the c file. Threatening a fork on c6. Although not really, because after c6, there's rook c8. Pawn takes, and then the queen's hanging for white. Can I show the computer eval? I don't have the scene set up for that. It says it's dead even. Triple zeros. You want to see the eval? I don't know, man. I'm sorry. I see the eval. If you want, I could just tell you. I should have like a channel point redemption for eval bar. Don't worry, I'll let you know if there's a crazy swing. So white has like a slight edge just because they have more space in the center. The pieces are a bit better. Also, bishop pair is pretty strong. So bishop takes, now knight takes. And now maybe e4. Maybe e4 is a bad move. I don't know. I would play e4. But I'm not these guys. I'm not a Division 1 chess athlete. Would you guys consider these student players like athletes? Hot debate right now. Is chess a sport? We're trying to make it an e-sport, I think. Okay, I think white should go rook a4 and double on the a file and just try to attack that. So okay, queen to d2. This is x-raying the knight, right? The threat is to play e4 with the double threat. They're not athletes, Vihas. But what if they get scholarships to play? You think that they're still not athletes? What about the esports players? Okay. So this is confusing. I wonder if e4 was a good move. So here, I mean, e4, what's black's plan after e4? E4. I don't know. I thought that was the whole point of queen D2. What school is WUSTL? That's Wash U in St. Louis. Also, welcome Oregon Big Red. How's it going? I think this discussion will come down to how you define what an athlete is. If esport competitors are athletes, then chess players will technically fall under that criteria. Man, why Corey? Queen D2. I thought the whole point was E4. I have no idea what Black's idea was after E4. Like, what do you do after E4? So now trade here. Queen takes. Yeah, I don't like how Corey's played this. Hey, thanks for the follow. Appreciate that. So now E4, but yeah, we're back to equality basically. So the knight's pinned to the queen. If G3, there's knight H3 check to get out of it. Black can play queen C7 to get out of the pen, but maintain the defense of the knight. They play here. I'm not the biggest fan of it. I think D5 is really good for white. You have the two connected pass pawns now in the center. You open up the bishop to attack the pawn. They simply take. This really just ruins the pawn structure. Like, I don't think gaining that pawn material was worth it. But this does hinder the knight a little bit. Okay, queen here. Or rook here, I mean, sorry. If you block with the bishop, little fun fact, there's rook takes, queen takes, knight fork. King moves, and then probably queen takes rook or something. Take, I don't know. All I know is this is a really bad move. Just don't do it. So you want to move the queen. Probably the E3 is my guess. E3, you got to watch out. There's rook here. But that still might be good. Maybe queen F2? But I don't know. I think both players were focused on E4 followed by D5. They forgot the G5 knight was hanging. Well, that's a shame for Corey, I guess. Lucky for confused. Only 30 seconds for Corey. Got to pick up the pace here. So they decide queen F2. I like queen C4, which threatens knight check, which is a discovery on the queen. So they go queen B3 instead. So I guess this threatens the knight fork. Also with discovery. Also attacks this thing. So king over. Knight fork opens this up. Queen E3. Now there's queen takes bishop. There's rook takes. You take with the king because you want the rook to defend this. So yeah, now black is just crushing. So queen E3. I mean, yeah, after knight D3, it's kind of hard to find what to do. Queen takes with check. Is there a knight check? Is there a knight check? I don't know. Knight takes C5. Rook takes. Is rook here a thing? No. You just lose that. Alright, so yeah. Black should just be mopping up here. This is a fork of pawns, but you could just play like B3 or something, probably. Rook here. I'm just going to push that pawn home. I think High just lost to, yeah, Nicholas just lost their game. So point for confused, Shreya, bottom board. Let's see what happened in this one. Oh, never mind. I guess that is annoying. Sometimes I'm like spectating a game and it just doesn't show me. Hold on, maybe I can pull it up. My boy Ben, is Ben playing? I don't think Ben is playing. I mean, he's not playing right now at least. Okay, this was the game that I wanted to show, or the one to look at. Between Justin and Nicholas. Trade here. Yeah, so what happened? Takes, 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 and you're losing this one. So, yeah. He took here when he shouldn't have, I guess. Because of knight takes. Alright. Papa Pizza waiting for Nick. Oh, did I give Sheena their point? Are they at 3.5? No, they can't be because they're playing right now. Or wait, who beat? No, that was Justin. Justin should be at 3. So yeah, we're gonna have Michigan versus Yale, the rematch. I believe Yale beat Michigan 9.5 to 6.5 in the regular season, and they're gonna be playing again, but this time with some serious prize money on the line, as getting to the semifinals in Division 1 guarantees 4th place. You'll be top 4 in the division, and 4th place has prize fund of $1,000. So if Michigan can upset Yale tomorrow, they're guaranteed $1,000. If Yale can beat Michigan like they did in the regular season, then they're guaranteed $1,000. And they have potential to win more. If they win in the semifinals, they're guaranteed at least, I think it might be 2,500, something like that. Because then they're guaranteed 2nd place. But I think the winner of University of Michigan and Yale will play the winner between Warsaw and Bucharest. And those are some pretty tough teams. Bucharest won earlier today against Georgia Tech. I believe the score was 11-5, and Georgia Tech's a pretty good team. I think Ben gets a point from their board too, who didn't show up today. So how many games does that give us? We have like 3 games left. So we have Confused versus Avocado Sheena, the board 4s. We got Samic versus Corey right now. And we're waiting on Ben versus Nick, I guess. So, okay, Samic's threatening E5, Forktown. He's up in exchange. Black maybe can take on D4. Got a hot day with the board. What are you talking about? Okay. D5, kick the knight. Knight e5. Can we sack the exchange back? That's what I want to know. Or maybe bishop to g5. Or bishop to b2, actually. Bishop b2 is looking real nice. Okay, so bishop g5 instead. The threat is to take on f6. Knight goes back. And now maybe knight f5. Oh, I see what you're saying, Benny. Yeah, no. But thanks for asking. All right, so what's going on here? Black has the isolated queen pawn. So white has a better structure, I guess. Trying to trade off bishops here. Knight takes on f5 would be tempo on the queen. We got a draw offer from Shreya. They agreed to a draw. So they felt the presence of the stream. Felt the pressure. Didn't want to continue playing. So 1.5 points for Shreya. 3 for Sheena. Really good performance from the board 3. Or board 4, excuse me. Although, I guess one of them was a forfeit win. They did upset the top board, so yeah, if they can get 3 points from their 4th board in tomorrow's match against Yale, that's going to be really good recipe for success for the upset. Opponent is in live chat. Well, I mean, that's not a surprise to me. I don't know. They already lost the match. Their season has come to an end. WashU is officially eliminated from the playoffs. Very unfortunate for them. Kind of a tough season overall, but they did make the playoffs, which is, you know, not too shabby. And hopefully next season they can try again. Maybe get some more motivation from their players. Is Nick titled? Nick should be. I think he's a national master at least. I believe he's a national master, so. All right. Bishop takes e5. Pawn takes. Perhaps. Yep, there it is. And now queen attacking the rook. Oh, they missed it. Knight h6. Knight h6 followed by queen e8. They missed that. I'm pretty sure that was mate in 2. All right, we have resignation. So Samik plus 124 for that. Jesus. They do not play often here, I guess. So I have score is 10-4. I guess Ben might get a forfeit point win or something, and I'm missing another game from someone somewhere. But yeah, Michigan wins. They're gonna go on to play against Yale. So good luck to both those teams tomorrow. It's gonna be a rematch of the regular season. It was a close one when they played. I forgot which week it was, but I believe it was 9.5 to 6.5. But yeah, Yale's got a strong team. Primarily their top board, Grandmaster Nicholas Chica, who's a freshman now at Yale. And for anyone curious about the Oberlin versus UT Austin B team, Oberlin won that 9-7. So that was kind of close. Probably should have watched that one instead, but alas, you know, we got Papa Pizza in the chat, so I can't let down the viewers, you know, because the viewers are the players. But yeah, let's give Papa Pizza his full 4th point. And then yeah, I don't know, they're missing a game or something.